Welcome back to Cryptos Are Us. I am George. We're all George. So, Bitcoin is right on track according to this very famous model, stock to flow. So, let's look at how Bitcoin has progressed and where it's go ahead. And also, there's other interesting metrics I want to show you guys that are all very, very positive for Bitcoin. And also, I want to talk about one important event that is actually coming this week, and it has something to do with Ethereum. And lastly, I do have one big announcement, so I'm glad you're here. So thanks for tuning in. As always, smash the like, subscribe to the channel. 2 streams every day except Friday and sometimes weekends like last night. But 11:30 and 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. So make sure you hit that notification bell so you don't miss out and get notified. And follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and check out all the latest articles and guides and news on cryptosaurus.com. Welcome, guys. Welcome, welcome. There we go. Let me change my screen here. I know a lot of you guys feeling excited last night. I was away. I was hanging out with my good friend. He was having a party, so I was just chilling. And, you know, Bitcoin had pretty good run up last night to like 42.4 or something like that. This morning, just not too long ago, it came back down below 41 and now it's right back up above 41. This shows you how strong the bulls are right now. And I find this really funny. I found this article really funny. Bitcoin sellers in disbelief, or Bitcoin's price wouldn't still be at 41K. And that's exactly right. That's exactly right. According to this article, if you're looking at a lot of these traders, a lot of these bears, they were looking at this as such a horrible downwards, movement type of thing, and Bitcoin was going to go lower, and you know what? All of a sudden, you have momentum come in and drive Bitcoin further. So now bears are like, I don't know what to do anymore. I don't know what to do with this information. And this is why I tell you guys to stay the course, because Bitcoin has always been volatile and it will continue to be volatile. There will be up and downs, and it's very, very unpredictable. Bitcoin could move up, down, on a dime. It just happens, and sometimes TA just doesn't make any sense. That's why I think the long-term models, the long-term metrics make a lot more sense, and that is why I show them a lot more. But I just find this really, to be funny, and it is true. It is true. If we didn't have so much bulls and so much buying behind the scenes, well, quite frankly, Bitcoin would not have done what it did for the last 2 weeks. 10, 11, 12. I think today's the 12th day. Basically, just nothing but ups. And I've shown you guys a lot of metrics showing what's going to happen going forward. And here's one of them. So Plan B is feeling pretty good. A lot of people, I don't know what happened. People started turning bearish or negative against Plan B. I think it's just because I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like there's just too many people that's trying to spread FUD. And yeah, if you look at his comments now, it's like half of it is just from negative people. I don't know what it is, but maybe because he's getting a little cocky by saying things like it bounced from the lows like clockwork. I don't know, because his last few tweets when he was showing off his S2F model, he was saying, well, it could be invalidated. What did he say last time? Oh, is it going to bounce? I don't know. But anyways, I still think this is a fantastic model. This is one of those long-term metrics where it shows you, what Bitcoin has done in the past, the previous cycles versus what it's doing now and what it's going to do in the future. And a lot of people took this right here, the latest orange dots right here, as a sign of somehow this has been invalidated. But if you look at it, no, not really. Not really. With Bitcoin's recent recovery, it's still within the norm. I mean, there's been many periods within this model where Bitcoin either up or down have deviated, but it just came right back on track, right? So I think this is a good long-term view of Bitcoin, where it's heading, and this basically tracks the circulating supply versus this current supply that's out there. It's a really easy model, like a metric to look at, and this is still right on track. And according to this, Bitcoin will be above 100,000 by the end of this year. In fact, I believe Plan B have stated that by the end of August, that Bitcoin will be at least $47,000, which, I mean, it's only 6,000 more from here, right? Or 5,000 more. It's like 10-15% from here. So it's not unreasonable to think that will happen. But yeah, I like it. What else is there? Well, look at this. Percent balance on exchanges. Bitcoin. So you could clearly see that recently with Bitcoin's climb, you could see that a ton of Bitcoin has just been removed from the exchanges. And where is this going? Well, most likely to cold wallets and custodian wallets, and they're being taken off the exchanges. And this, if you look at long term, the reserves just keep going down and down and down. It's a slow, gradual rise. It's not like it just drops down to zero and there's no more Bitcoin on the exchanges. There is still a few million, but it's slowly creeping down. And this is why Bitcoin continues to go up over a long haul. And another 10, 20 years, the reserves on exchanges could be really, really low, drastically low. And at that point, Bitcoin will be at $100, $200, $500,000 each, right? It's all a matter of supply and demand. And demand is only going higher at this point. And we have a lot of these metrics that show you that's the case. Slow and steady. That is what's happening right now. And here's another one, Illiquid Supply, that kind of proves the same point. The total number of Bitcoin that is illiquid right now, again, that's just off the exchanges on cold wallets, custodians, keeps climbing up. In fact, it is at its all-time high. We haven't seen any other period where the liquid supply is higher than it is now, including when Bitcoin was at 64,000. So we're already above that. Shows you how bullish people and institutions are about Bitcoin. Yeah. Let that sink in for a second. All right. With that said, that's what I want to show you with Bitcoin. Now, overall, the overall market is closing in at 1.7 trillion. But take a look. BTC dominance started to come down. So you do have a lot of altcoins that are holding and gaining, including Ethereum. Look at Bitcoin is about the same for the last day or so. It's around the same point, around 41,000. But you can see Ethereum started going up 5%, right? And you have several others like Polkadot. Look at Polkadot. It has been sold off. I mentioned about Polkadot being one of the most undervalued big cap because it just didn't move like the others. And today, there's a good 20% pump. But you could see a lot of the altcoins, especially big caps, are in the green. But Ethereum continues to do well, continues to go up. And that's because this week, well, it's supposed to be this week, the London hard fork is supposed to take place. In fact, it's supposed to be August 4th. So unless something gets announced at the last minute, EIP 1559 is coming. And this is what a lot of people is waiting for, to have native ETH burning to be implemented. So this will... It's not just only one improvement protocol. There's actually several. There's like 4 or 5 improvement protocols. Overall, it's going to make Ethereum a little bit more efficient. But the biggest thing is the whole gas structure, how gas is calculated now, is going to be completely revamped. It's going to make it a lot more predictable. It doesn't solve scaling, but it just makes things more predictable. And gas fees that are collected, only a small amount will be going to the miners now, but a large amount is going to be burned. And many anticipate that this will cause effect on Ether and ETH's price going forward. Now, some people have also speculated, well, maybe right now is buy the rumor, sell the news kind of event. And it could be. After the hard fork, maybe there is a little dip. But going forward, this will definitely add to the deflationary nature of Ethereum, because you have so much that's staked in a beacon chain. You have so much that keeps being staked into DeFi projects. And now you have some native coin burning. This is a big thing for Ethereum. So this is supposed to be coming this week in a couple of days. Again, unless it gets delayed. I mean, there's some talks, rumors about maybe it's going to get pushed back. But as of right now, it's still going forward. And we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. All right. That's pretty much it. I want to spend... Oh, I have a few important announcements. Well, actually, one big one. So, wait, hold on. Let me see if I missed anything. Fetch AI, Katana Plus, partnership, VW, BMW, recently in Coinbase. Yeah, I saw that. I'm still not too terribly impressed with it. It's a blockchain focused on DeFi that has more AI machine learning that's supposed to be better for certain apps. I mean, I get it. It's just, it doesn't impress me that much. It could be good, but there's a lot of people that partner up with VW and BMW before too. All right, so the big announcement is this. I have announced it before. So tonight, Sunday nights, I will be having a new show with Rob from Digital Asset News and James from Invest Answers. So us three, we're going to have a new type of chat kind of discussion kind of show. And it's going to be at 7:30 CST or 8:30 EST, depending on where you guys are. Okay, so this will be coming tonight. So I'm not going to have my normal stream, but it is going to still be on this channel. So it'll be easy to remember. So we're going to have DCA Live, Digital Crypto Answers, and we're going to discuss many things. Let's go, this is our first one, so it's going to take some time for us to get used to each other. But going forward, I picture us being, being a lot more, well, I guess we'll just see. We'll just see how the style goes, how the format goes, right? But we're still new at this. But anyways, this is going to be a new thing tonight at 7:30 p.m. So make sure you tune in. All right? And I'm going to tweet this too. Lastly, before I get into Q&A, I do have a new sponsor for today. They are Pastel. Pastel Network, a brand new network focused on NFTs only for creators, collectors, and builders. And they are concentrating on a brand new blockchain because they feel like Ethereum is not the way, it's not optimized for NFTs. And they're building not only a fast blockchain for NFTs, but also they have some unique features that they feel like it will make this even better above the competition. So Pastel Network, one platform to power all NFTs for creators, gives the creators a way to connect to their fans by selling limited edition NFTs that can be registered and traded on Pastel's blockchain without the high fees of other crypto art projects, and your fans can participate in your success since they can profit and your rare creation increases in value. Yes, and they do plan on not only having their own blockchain, but also their marketplace, so that, hey, if a creator, sells or offers NFT and you buy it, you could actually trade it. That's pretty cool, right? For collectors, of course, you have a new financial platform that you could use to purchase digital artwork like NFTs as investment or to support a particular artist, kind of like Patreon. You could just do it because you're just trying to support the artist. And for builders, they will have all these SDKs and so forth that allows anyone to build their own on-chain marketplace, collectibles, and other various things. So they're catering to creators, collectors, and builders. And some of the unique things is, yes, they will have their own blockchain. Okay, so that's different. And I looked into their wiki, and their staking is a little bit different. They actually go run master nodes, kind of like Dash, because they feel like that's the best way to power their network. Also, they're trying something new where they're going to have a duplicate detection system so that you can't just upload a picture of another NFT or something that someone else owns, or two people on the same marketplace has their own NFT. So they're actually going to be able to detect whether or not it's a duplicate. So that's going to be unique. 5 deep learning algorithms that ensure asset rarity and probability. And their storage is going to be very, very different. They're going to take chunks of your NFT and duplicate it across the network. So even if 95% of the network nodes go down, your NFT is still recoverable. I haven't heard any of their blockchain that actually talk about what happens if the network goes down, what happens to your NFT. So they're thinking about that already. Tradable assets, yes, I've mentioned that already, and green NFTs. Of course, this is all based on all the energy usage and ESG talk. They are definitely green because they're not proof of work. So that's Pastel Network. And by the way, they have raised $5 million in funding from Innovative Capital and other investors. So they do have a good amount of funding on hand. And they're working on their app. And this is just like a sample of what their app will look like. Okay. So if you're interested, this is Pastel Network. Their URL is in the description of this video. All right, guys. Let's do some Q&A.
What do you think about Ripple?
Well, I mean, I think it's too centralized.
Oops, I did not mean to show that. I did not mean to show that. Sorry, I was working on something. Oh, by the way, that reminds me to remind you guys that, yeah, I do have a giveaway, end of the year giveaway, still on my Twitter. If you haven't followed me, you do so. I do have one clue, and I will show you that at the end of this video. That is for the secret 3-character word that you can enter for 100 entries. But also, since we're in August, I do have another digit to give you guys, part of a 6-digit code. And hopefully you guys have been, watching me and tracking things, because I'm only going to give out once per month. So that is going to be coming in the next few weeks. All right, so let me scroll up, make sure I didn't miss anything. Jake Fever asks, Plot X, I'm loving market cap supply of this coin. Project looks good. Could you look into it? What is Plot X? Yeah, I'm not liking this market cap at all. At this point, it's basically, it could be pumped and dumped, and it's just too low. It's just too low. I like to see at least some traction. All right, scrolling down. Will Ledger Nano support a hard fork in Ethereum, or do we need to move our Ethereum to... No, you don't need to do anything. This is not like a complete code change. It is and it isn't. So basically, you don't have to do anything. This is not one of those like contentious hard forks where you have two new chains coming out. No, it's not that. You're gonna be fine, Cody. I don't like District 0x. I've never got the point of it, so. What else is there? James says, hi, I'm trying to subscribe to your DCA Live YouTube. I can't find it. James, you need to pay attention. I said it's going to be on this channel. It's going to be on this channel. So as long as you're subscribed here, you're going to be fine. Coca-Cola is still trying to show you Ethereum Classic. Well, it's still good. Still doing well. Jorge says tomorrow, Germany, yes, 20%. I know what you're talking about. Germany's going to allow their investment funds to invest up to 20% into crypto. That starts tomorrow. And there's already talks about big investment firms that's about to jump into Bitcoin. So that is also coming up. Cryptoverse asks, can you talk about Robinhood? Haven't done much research on IPO, but I heard it was really bad debut. Yeah, it went down. It went down about 8% since its debut. That was not surprising. Every IPO recently has been going down afterwards because there's just too much hype and the bankers price it too high. That's really it. I mean, there's nothing else. I mean, Robinhood says they're going to open up withdrawals soon, just like PayPal. So that's pretty promising. Ryan, can't you see you're being trolled by a company that is called Useless Crypto? I mean, just think about it. Why would they name that? Because they're basically trying to troll you into thinking that it actually has use when it's useless. So I don't know if you're part of the team, Ryan, but that's just, the name tells you all you need to know. Ardash. Okay, I'm not going to check that out right now. I like Ergo. Still work in progress, though. It's going to be one of the premier oracles and DeFi plays on Cardano. But we need Cardano and Goguen to be done, and then for them to be done, too. Elliot asks, if one believes deflation is coming, how do you prepare for that with your crypto? You just keep stacking. Just keep stacking sats. That's all you need to worry about. You stack sats. Synthetics. I was neutral on them. I may be more bearish on them now because of all the synthetic tokens delisting from Uniswap. So I don't know if other AMMs go follow. If that's the case, synthetic tokens is almost treated like as security, and that's not good. So I'm more bearish on synthetics now. The real Zen, you keep scrolling the same thing. I saw that. What's your point? Stop scrolling the same things. Hope you had a chance to do about Cuss on KCC. No real thoughts. There's no real. I mean, it's just a swap. It's a brand new swap in KCC. It's very early. The amount of liquidity is very small. So, can it be big? Yes, but it's really, really early right now, Alexander. Are you guys going to do some Q&A and cover some topics? We're going to cover topics for the most part and probably do some Q&A also, Matt. But I think we want to get through the topics first. RLC, it's like a decentralized computing thing. It doesn't really, it has been around for quite some time. It hasn't really moved that much, but if you look at your all, and this is what I'm talking about, it's nowhere close to before, right? Oh wait, no. I'm sorry. This was recent. This was not 2017. Yeah, recently it did get pumped up quite a bit, and I'm like, I don't know why, and it just came down. I guess some pump group just decided to pump them, but they're all about decentralized computing, and it's like a decentralized computing host. So, I mean, it's okay. It's just I think it's too early. I mean, to compete with AWS and like Azure, you have to get a lot of businesses to buy in and come on board. And for these kind of plays, they're a little early. They don't have a lot of customers, if any at all. Formation, I guess, is one of these. Welcome to Cross-Chain Risk Parity Smart Farming 2.0. Backed by a lot of a lot of projects. I wonder, there's some pretty big VCs too. Yeah, so it's a farming play. I think this is the one where it's like, yeah, like you get into like almost a fund of DeFi projects. Yeah, I have looked at this before. It's totally not my thing. Totally not my thing. To be honest, I would not put anything into this myself. Would I buy the token? Sure. But would I ever use a farm like this? No, I would not. Sean, I already mentioned it. Probably not. Not gonna do anything in Vegas this year. The GeorgeCon has moved to next year, and just for in terms of like a meetup, also I'm thinking it's just not a good idea. It's really bad timing right now. Things are just not getting better in terms of you know what. So probably nothing this year. At how high of a crypto network should one consider getting a second citizenship or passport to a crypto-friendly tax haven country? 0, in my opinion. It's not worth it. Why would you uplift your life to do that? I've heard other crypto influencers talk about that, and I think it's the most ridiculous thing ever. You know, especially those of you guys that have family, friends, you have kids in the schools, right? There's more in life than just trying to save on taxes. If you are a high crypto network individual and you are 8 figures, 9 figures, whatever, who cares? Pay the taxes. You're still filthy rich. To uplift your life and move to another country just to save on those taxes, to dodge taxes, I think that's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. In my opinion, it wouldn't be worth it at all. I'm not considering it at all. That's just, I think it's just really ridiculous. Sky KC, I mostly hold ETH and BTC, but I bought a good amount of Teller a couple weeks ago. How do you feel about it long term? Well, why don't you just tell me and the audience why you bought a good chunk of it? See, I like to know, when people ask me questions like that, I like to know the thoughts. Because if you don't tell me why, it just makes me think you bought into something that you don't know anything about, which means that you should not be holding in the first place. So, yeah. Teller is a decentralized Oracle network, so they make it very simple on the front page to let you know what they are. But I've always said, Sky, if you watch me before, I say no to any oracles besides Chainlink. Chainlink. You know why? Because no one uses any other oracles. No one. Every single DeFi project out there in existence uses Chainlink. And they may use something like Band or something else as a secondary. But they all use Chainlink. So you just go with Chainlink. So I'm not a fan of any oracles. Unless they can prove themselves and actually get a large chunk of projects to utilize them. Pojak, you got to realize to do 2 new content every single day to make it non-repetitive is nearly impossible. So, although I know you're trying to mean well, but that's just a question that you should already know the answer to. How much ADA should I own? I don't know. As many as you can. There's no right or wrong answer. That's like, how much Bitcoin should I own? As much as you can afford. Just follow 50-25-25 rule and you'll be okay. Looking forward to the chat tonight. Well, I appreciate it. I am too. Change things up a little bit. Why don't I like Ripple? Because their whole model is flawed, in my opinion. I don't want to go into it. It's not the time for that. What's the 50-25-25 rule? 50% in Bitcoin, 25% in big caps, anything above 10 billion-ish. But recently, things have come down. It's more like, top 20, I would say. And then everything else in mid cap and small cap. So that way you're protected. You have the growth and stability of Bitcoin. You have the same for big caps, which at periods of times, moves much faster than Bitcoin. And periods of time where they hold better against Bitcoin too. And then you have mid caps, small caps, which give you the high explosive growth, but tends to be the most volatile. All right, guys, I'm gonna let you guys go. Overall, hey, Bitcoin went down a little bit below 41,000, but still hovering here. Okay, overall, this is what you want to avoid, right? Becoming one of those people that is caught on the wrong side. I'm talking about the bears, right? Too many people were too bearish, and now they don't know what to do. If you look at the liquidations for shorts, it's been absolutely terrible, right? What you want to focus on is long term, and all the metrics have been going in the right direction. A lot of buying, accumulating, activity, awareness, everything is going in the right direction. So that's what we need to focus on. And tonight, DCA live, right? So 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. So make sure you tune in, all right? It's on this channel So make sure you hit that notification bell and follow this channel if you haven't already. And like I said during the stream, I will give you a clue to my giveaway. Okay, it's a 3-character code, and you'll find it within this video. Some of you guys are still frustrated that you haven't discovered what that 3-character code is, but this video gives you all the clues you ever need. And it's pretty educational too about Ripple. So here we go.
What do you think about Ripple?
Well, I mean, I think it's too centralized, but I definitely want to meet Chris Larson.